Mr. Harmless here, and we're working on the 2-7 extra practice. This is geometry, section 2-7 extra practice, and we're solving for x on all of these problems. And we're using parallel lines, and so with each one of these, I'm going to identify what type of angles they are, and then I'm going to tell you, because they're parallel, what does that mean, and then we're going to set up the equation and solve for x. So this first one, what kind of angles are these? Well, they're exterior angles because they're not between the two lines. They're alternate on different sides of the transversal. So these are alternate exterior. Exterior. When alternate exterior angles occur with parallel lines, that means they're congruent. That means we can say x plus 117 is equal to 109. And then we can solve for x. So minus 117. Bring down our equal sign. On this side, all I have left is x. 109 minus 117 is negative 8. Number 2, these are vertical angles. Right? They're right next to each other, across from two intersecting lines. Vertical angles are always congruent. Vertical angles. They're always congruent, so 27x plus 2 equals 110. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, and I get 27x equals 110 minus 2 is 108. Divide both sides by 27. X equals 108 divided by 27 is 4. So there we go. We got that one solved. Number 3, these are also vertical angles. Notice they're right next to each other again, two lines intersecting across from each other. Vertical angles are always congruent. Vertical angles, they're always congruent. So 12x minus 10 is equal to 110. So we're going to add 10 to both sides. 12x is then equal to, right? 110 plus 10 is 120. Divide both sides by 12. And we get x equals 10. Number 4. These angles are between the two parallel lines, so they're interior. They're on different sides of the transversal, so they're alternate interior. So these are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent if the lines are parallel. These lines are parallel. Congruent means equal measurements. X plus 116 equals 110. I'm going to subtract 116 from both sides. I get x equals negative 6. So there's the first 4 questions. Number 5. These are also alternate interior. They're interior between the two parallel lines, and they're on different sides of the transversal, so they're alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent if the lines are parallel. So they were alternate interior congruent. So that means we have 6x plus 10 is equal to the 7x. So make the mistake of subtracting 7x from both sides, or trying to subtract 10 from both sides. I would go minus 6x. We're trying to get the x by itself, and since there's already an x term by itself over here, I'm going to get rid of the 1 off this side. 6x minus 6x is 0. I have a 10. Bring down my equal sign. 7x minus 6x is 1x. And then I'm actually done with that question. This next one here, these are interior angles because they're between the two parallel lines, but they're on the same side. So these are called consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So now I'm going to take the 6 plus 8x and the 25x plus 9. Instead of putting an equal sign between them, I'm going to put an addition sign between them, and they're going to together equal 180. Now, since I have multiple terms on this side, I'm going to combine my like terms. The 25x and the 8x makes 33x. 33x, then I've got the 6 and the 9. It's 15 equals 180. Subtract 15 from both sides. I get 33x equals 180 minus 15, I believe, is 165. Divide both sides by 33. And I get x equals, I want to say 5. I have to get my calculator out here. 5, 10. Yeah, that's right. 5. So there is problem number 6. Number 7. These are interior angles, and they're on different sides of the transversal, so they're alternate interior. Alternate interior angles are always congruent if the lines are parallel. So these lines are parallel, and so they're going to be congruent. So 16x plus 1 is going to be equal to the other side, the other angle, negative 3 plus 17x. With this one, I would probably start with subtracting the 16x from both sides. 16x minus 16x is 0. I have a 1. Bring down my equal sign. I have a negative 3. 17x minus 16x is just 1x. And then I would add 3 to both sides. So I get 1 plus 3, which is 4. Bring down my equal sign. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So all I have left is x, and then I'm done with that question. Number 8. These are on the same side of the transversal, but one's inside, one's outside. These are called corresponding angles. Okay, corresponding angles, if the lines are parallel, which they are congruent. So x plus 111 equals 100. I'm going to subtract 111 from both sides. I get x equals negative 11. And that question is done. Number 9, these are also corresponding angles. We have one interior, one exterior. They're kind of in the same spot in both. They correspond to each other. So these are corresponding again. Corresponding angles, if the lines are parallel, are congruent. So I'm going to say take this 8x plus 12 equals the 100. Let's subtract 12 from both sides. I get 8x equals, and 100 minus 12 would be, let's see, 88, I think. Divide by 8. Yeah, x equals 11. These angles, these are both exterior, and they're on different sides of the transversal, so they are alternate exterior. Alternate exterior angles are congruent if the lines are parallel. So I'm going to set these up as equal to each other. So I'm going to take the 11x plus 4 equals the 12x minus 7. I'm going to subtract 11x from both sides. Bring down my equal sign here. That's gone. I have 4. 12x minus 11x is just 1x, minus 7. I'm going to add 7 to both sides. Bring down my equal sign. X on this side. The 7 is gone. 7 plus 4 is 11. And there we have the answer to that problem. All right. And there's page 1 of the 2-7 extra practice.